Hey guys, it's me, DuelMaster9563 here, and today I'm going to be doing a quick deck profile for you. This was a recommendation from a viewer named Chris Tooley, or at least that's what his YouTube name is. He suggested I go and try out Ojamas. I must admit, this was a very excellent idea. It is very fun. Anyways, I only have 10 minutes of recording time since this is just the trial version of Bandicam, so I'll get right into the deck profile. First off, the main goal of this deck is to really just sort of prevent your opponent from being able to summon anything. If they can't summon, you can just keep attacking them directly until they lose. And if you lose to Ojamas, that's pretty embarrassing. Let's all admit, it's pretty embarrassing. This deck is sort of a semi-troll deck, but yeah, like I said before, let's get started. We run 3 Ojama green, 3 Ojama yellow, and 3 Ojama black. All level 2 light beast monsters, 0 attack, 1000 defense. They are the 3 main Ojamas that you will... That pretty much, if you're running Ojamas, you have to run them. It's because Ojamas don't have that many cards anyways. Yeah, I'm not making any sense anymore. We're going to skip over this guy, and we're just going to move on to Ojama Red. We've run 3 of him. He's great for spamming the field with Ojamas. You can pull off a few pretty sick combos with him. Anyways, up next we have 3 Ojama Blues. Ojama Blues are great for searchability. Just lets you go through and search out any Ojama cards you want. Anyways, we'll go back to the monster that I skipped before, and we have 1 Gorz. Gorz is in here just for a little bit of extra muscle, be that little powerhouse that we need. Endgame, he can really be helpful. And then we have a Battle Fader for just a little bit of stall. Up next we'll move on to spells. You could also add other, like, just simple little tech monsters you want if you want to increase this list. Anyways, back to spells, we have 2 Ojama Delta Hurricane. Ojama Delta Hurricane is pretty much your nuke. If you get green, yellow, and black on the field, you just blow up your opponent's side of the field. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. We had a bit of a phone call. Like I was saying, you can just sort of blow up your opponent's field. Up next, we have 3 Polymerization, because some of our boss monsters in this deck, the ones that really get our ultimate goal of the deck put into play, are fusion monsters. We have 2 Ojamagic in here. Ojamagic is a great card for this deck. It's really helps you pull off some of your biggest plays that you can, and I'll explain that biggest play right now. When Ojamagic is either sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, you can add an Ojama green, yellow, and black to your hand. So what's great about this is you can MST this, or if you have to discard it because like an opponent's effect, or if your opponent MSTs it while it's face down, you add Ojama green, yellow, and black to your hand, like I said. Then next turn you play Ojama red, spam the field with Ojama red and all of your the 3 Ojamas you just added. Then you can play Ojama Delta Hurricane, which will nuke your opponent's field because you have all 3 on your field now. And then you can polymerize into any of the fusions that you wanted. You can either go for 2 Ojama Knights, which I'll explain their effect later, or 2 Ojama, or an Ojama King, which is also pretty fun. Yeah, anyways, that's it for Ojamagic. Next we have 2 Swords of Revealing Light, because we need a bit of stall in this deck. We have 1 Ojamuscle. It's an Ojama deck. I felt like I needed to put at least 1 of each of the Ojama cards in here, and this happens to be one of them. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just a bit of a buff, but it's a really, really risky move. A lot of the times I'll just set it as like a decoy for my opponent to MST or some of the things, just sort of like an extra bluff. Then on the off chance that I can use it, it's really helpful then. Anyways, run 2 MSTs just so that way I can destroy my own Ojamagic or help get rid of some pesky cards later on. Then we have Supply Unit, just to add a bit of draw power. Since the goal of the deck is to make it so that your opponent can't summon monsters, we have 2 Ground Claps. Let's take up any 2 monster zones and they cannot be used. Unfortunately, if your opponent only has 1 zone available, you can still play this card, but then you'll be sacrificing one of your own monster zones, because you have to select 2. It's not an optional, just like up to. Up next we have 3 Ojama Countries. Ojama Country is a lovely field spell. It lets you get a bit of recycle going because you can discard an Ojama card to special summon an Ojama monster from your graveyard, so bit of recyclability there. And while you have an Ojama monster face up, you switch the original attack and defense of every monster on the field, so that's pretty fun to do. Up next we have 2 Ojama trios. I would play 3, but you can only play 2. These guys add a little bit of extra burn damage while you stall, so it's pretty fun. Then we run 3 Draining Shield. Excellent cards to have, highly underrated. And 3 Magic Cylinder, also excellent cards, highly underrated. Not many people will expect you to play 3 of them, so it's a great way just to get in some finishing damage. Up next, I'll show you the extra deck. We run 3 Ojama Kings. Of course, you can only really play... no, technically you could play all 3 at once, but it's really hard to do. With Ojama Country on the field, these guys become 3,000 attack beaters, but when you play these, you can select up to 3 of your opponent's monster zones and make them so that your opponent can't play. So even having 1 of these on the field while you have a ground collapse out, you completely stop your opponent from being able to play monsters, which is really helpful. In order to summon him, you need an Ojama green, yellow, and black to be fused together. Well, then we have Ojama Knight, who's the weaker guy. Also with Ojama Country, he becomes a 2,500 attack beater. But his effect is you can select up to 2 monster zones that your opponent controls. But he can be made with any 2 Ojama monsters, so it doesn't matter if it's green, yellow, black, blue, or red to summon him. Because all of the Ojamas are level 2 monsters, I decided to throw in some rank 2 XYZs, so we've run 3 Gachi Gachis. These guys are pretty good because it just ups your defense, and of course when Ojama Country is on the field, if you have another Ojama out, then they attack and defense of all monsters are switched, boosting this guy up even more. Just running 3 of him just as like an extra defense, bit more extra stall. And then I'm running 1 Armor Kappa. This one's a bit of an odd choice for me. I was just looking through all the rank 2 monsters here on DevPro, and he stood out to me being a good one because I can use his 1 effect of discarding, and my monsters can't be destroyed by battle, and I won't take any battle damage that turn. So overall, it's a good card, but that effect can only be used once. Otherwise, you're just giving this monster 1,000 attack and defense for each detach. Overall, this deck is pretty good. I know there is 1 other rank 2 monster that fits this deck really well, but it's practically worthy of its own deck. As a matter of fact, many people have made it its own deck, and that would be Ghostrix Succubus. Ghostrix Succubus, it's an excellent card overall. What I intend to do with this is I'll Ojama Trio them, and then use the effect of Succubus to start eliminating their monster zones that way. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like the deck, leave a comment below. If you don't like the deck, give me some suggestions on how you think I could improve it. Also, just a quick note, this deck is in no way meant to be super competitive. This is just one of those fun decks to play. If it did become like a competitive deck, that would just be really weird, honestly. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Chris, thank you again for the recommendation. Alright, hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.